Newkirk Precinct.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bottom left-hand position of Newkirk Precinct. It is the Blue Zerg Gamma Bear Sen. Or Gamma Bears Gamanian.
There are not many people in the world who love to sleep as much as Sen.
Sen loves to sleep, man. This guy came into our office for one of the show matches that we did.
Showdowns.
Yeah. One of the show matches that we did, and
all week long was sleep.
Yeah.
I think by the time he was home, I think he sometimes second guessed himself. Was I actually there, or was it all one big dream? No, Sen, you were with us. You won $1,500 for a single best of 7
and a solid state drive. Man. It's like, oh yeah, I won. Okay.
HuK is gonna go up. Actually, that was not right. Kevin, rephrase yourself. Sen is gonna go up against this handsome gentleman spawning in the right bottom side of Newkirk Precinct. His name is SC2 HuK.
Chris
New sponsor
Loranger.
announcement soon, perhaps. HuK, of course, our red proto spawning in the right bottom side of the map. I really like the way that HuK played parts of game number 1. I'll say it once more. In the break, we were talking a little bit about it. Like, okay, I think we established that he shouldn't have taken that fight after he killed so many drones. I think that's kind of safe to say. And then I also felt in a certain phase of the game, okay, he decided to add the Immortals. The Immortals, of course, great against the Roaches because, you know, Storm alone or Storm Archon Zealot, not that great against Roach, but I still feel if you have time to get the Robo and the Immortals out, he would have had time to get at least a couple of Storms.
Yeah.
And I think if he would have taken that fight in the middle of the map with 2 or 3 Storms, or even fight a little bit later, force Sen to take a bad fight, I think he would have been in a much better position.
I think so too. I think the High Templars are such an integral part of that. Immortals are good, don't get me wrong, but as I was saying before, they're redundant with the Archons. Archons do very similar damage to those Immortals. They do a little bit more burst, a little bit more splash, than burst. But still, like, it's very similar ranges. They're very clunky. They're hard to get into position, so it's hard to micromanage everything. But if you have those storms, you're able to blanket a lot of the Roach Hydras and make it very unattractive for them to move in. And of course, you have a good response to those Vipers. Again,
Man, I cannot believe it. I would actually love, you know, a lot of people often criticize HuK about his 5 or 6 gates and stuff. I think right now, if he busts out the crazy 5 gate on 34 probes, there's almost no way that Sen has hold this. And this is one of the main reasons why Zerg players stop doing this style, because it is just really, really hard to hold off certain gateway aggression. He's gonna lose this Overlord, by the way, unless he parks it over here. But if he wants to go all the way over here, he's gonna lose it for sure. This is a little bit sloppy by Sen. He should have been able to identify this situation. Like, okay, if he gets over here, he's gonna be safe. But he's not gonna make it in time right now, unless he goes high ground and then here. Oh, Sen, you. Okay, that's pretty smart.
But even the probe will spot out for him. And the gateway's in position, I think. Yeah, he has complete vision on that. So ain't no worries for the rest of his days. That's Sen's problem.
No, he's not going to make it out. Oh, come on, HuK. Okay. HuK is going to be able to pick up this first Overload. And now, Andre, I would love it even more when he goes with the 5 or 6 gate. Because this is going to slow Sen down a little bit in this phase of the game.
He has no way to do that.
Sorry?
There's zero way to do that. Look at his vision, HuK's vision.
What do you mean?
Like, this is his first scout. He has no way to know if it's a 5 or 6
that's right.
That is right. That's like the biggest problem. Oh, nice pickup though. Again, 2 Overlords in the very beginning stage, which are your scouting Overlords. HuK can actually do anything in this position, and it's theoretically correct.
Are you sure he's going to get it? He should get it, right?
Yeah,
so
he
this
should
was
get
far enough away from the ramp to actually do this. A couple of links are going to run into the main base right now. It's already 4 gates.
Nice.
I love this by HuK. Drops that wall off as well. He's going to get this Overlord. This is such a dream scenario for HuK.
Oh, yeah.
Everything has been going his way so far. If he 5 gates right now, good luck defending with slow Zerglings.
I wouldn't even say 5 gate. You can actually do
4 gate.
Any techs are really strong too, right? Wouldn't you say like a lot of techs? Because theoretically, Sen has to defend against a large ranges of Dark Templars, air. He has to defend against a lot of gateway openings. He has to defend against a lot of Immortal all-ins. Like,
I love simplicity, Andre. Straight up gateway. And this time, I think this is the absolute correct call so far for HuK. He has slowed his opponent down so much already in the start. He's scouting here, all right, no turret base yet, but he's going to be also happy when he sees this. Sure, the Queens, the Spine Crawler is going to make Sen's life a little bit easier, but again, with only slow links, nothing else, no Roaches on the way, how on earth are you going to defend against everything?
Oh man, a 3rd Overlord, that is so juicy, man. And on top of that, he has gone for 4 gateways instead of the Forge.
Sen is still droning. 8 more drones on the way. Sen, this time the gateway pressure is for real. Yeah, queens and spike crawlers are good, but you're gonna need some units as well.
Yeah.
Army supply shows us 22 against 9. I think Sen is dead.
Look, the spine crawlers. He is putting down spine crawlers, which is going to help out. And of course, he gets a lot of queens.
There's only so much that spine crawlers can do.
All right, well, let's find out right now. Time warp might be used over here momentarily to... No, he's going to force field those out. Wow, really interesting decision. I don't know, Kevin. I kind of feel like this is actually pretty good for Sen.
If we get one more good warp in, there's still 4 gates. Come on, kill some queens. He's going to really have to start picking up some queens. 2 queens are very low in HP right now. He's not killing them yet, though, as long as queens are alive.
Oh my god, and these spine crawlers, the spine crawlers are the ones doing all the damage, though.
Here are additional sentries joining in right now. The Mothership Core is going to fall. The spine crawlers are going down as well. Here come the links. HuK's going to need a warp in real soon, and he will get the warp in time. Okay, so far this was pretty damn good for Sen, but he's not supposed... The queens are still alive. Are you kidding me? All of them.
Yeah. I mean, that's where it really comes down to the prioritization of all the units, not killing off the queens and now transfusing the weakened ones so that they can stay up, stay alive. This is the worst case scenario now for HuK. It almost looks like just Sen's micro is just way, way too good. Good force field, though, taking out the queens.
This is not over yet. Speed is still not ready. He's going to sacrifice 2 queens right now. That was not the greatest sacrifice, but Sen actually ahead in army supply right now. Crazy amount of Zerglings on the map, 26. Speed is about to kick in.
Yep.
No full wall up right now as well. HuK playing with fire. What a great hold so far by Sen, though. This is ridiculous.
But here we go, and there's no force. Oh, there are 2 forces. Wow. Okay, so he's going to be able to trap a lot of Zerglings in there. Very nicely done. And now more Zealots are going to come in here. I love the fact that he's not getting anything like Stalkers. Actually, I feel like Stalkers are the worst idea in this position. I felt
Stalkers would have been very good before when Links was still slow. Now you don't want to get Stalkers anymore, that is for sure. There are so many queens. There's still 4 queens. Oh, there are 5 queens, 5 queens even.
And you have to keep in mind, he's been powering so much off of minerals to get all these queens, but is it too much? Sen finally starting to lose some of his queens now, directly engaging against the Zealots. The first queen goes down, the second queen will go down, and now the other 2 queens will fall. That means no injects. That means a big problem for Sen.
He's going to be able to force with this ramp for now as well. Man, Sen has made so many queens already in such a short game. But Sen is losing a lot of really important units right now. These drones are being pulled to fight these Zealots, and that's never a scenario you want to find yourself in as a Zerg player. I like how HuK has played out this game, but I also feel that Sen was doing great early on, but then got over-eager and lost 2 queens for absolutely nothing, and that actually allowed HuK to continue with his aggression.
And on top of that, he engaged with all of his Zerglings and lost the Zerglings up there. That was a big,
That was a great force field as well by HuK on that ramp.
That's true, but everything will be cleaned out. Let's go ahead and look at the damage. 41 to 29, a big advantage out for HuK.
What HuK can do right now is just keep warping in Zealots. Like, he can still already transition a little bit at home. He really has to make sure that this is a full wall up. We have a new Mothership Core in the main base because so many queens have died. There is no queen over here, so this is going to be really annoying as well. Man, I did not expect this Mothership Core follow-up timing, but it's good.
Definitely so, and it will be chased out and actually killed. Wow.
Oh, no, time warp, saving the day.
So good stuff.
Man, this has all been going so well for HuK.
Yeah.
I really felt, though, if Sen didn't overcommit over here while losing those 2 queens, there was no need for Sen to do that. I guess Sen just felt like, all right, HuK's going to give up on that. I'm going to clean this up ASAP. And then he actually lost 2 queens. And that's where it all went downhill, because the initial hold was fantastic.
Not only is there this Zergling attack, but 1-1 just finished Rotterdam. And there's not even +1 attack out for HuK, so this is a big problem. These Zealots are going to get absolutely crushed. Look at how fast the sentries die, and Sen will be able to hold with flying colors, even though he was so far behind in that drone count.
Sen actually doing that surprisingly well. He's still down 13 workers though. But look at this, there are 73 Zerglings right now. I think he's just gonna like attack move on this ramp and see how far he's gonna get.
HuK, no, don't do it.
If HuK makes one tiny mistake, if he moves out on the wrong moment, he is going to be in a world of trouble. But as long as the force fields, they don't even have to be great force fields, they just have to be force fields, Andre.
Yeah.
Okay, HuK is more than prepared. Well done, HuK.
Shouldn't have a problem over here. +1 has finished, +2 is on the way. I do want to mention that having +1 weapons attack against 1-1 Zerglings doesn't really do much for you. You still 3-shot all of the Zerglings. It means you are putting in that overkill with each Zealot. So it is a little bit difficult in this position, but Sen, remember, he doesn't have that booming economy that we're used to having. He can get that pretty quickly, but there's already a lot of production underway for HuK.
15 additional drones being morphed in now at once, so that means that Sen is slowly but steady going to find himself in that economic position he's going to feel really comfortable at. He's going to go up to 60 drones right now. He's up 3 bases, 4 hatcheries, should have quite a bit of production. But where is he going to go with this? He has a Baneling nest in production. Banelings against Archons, you know, if he gets a massive connection and kills all the Zealots, he might be able to swarm around and kill the Archons as well with Zerglings. And of course, that sounds like a terrible idea, but as long as you take care of all the other units, the Archons will fall eventually.
Yeah. It's going to be up to the Archon micro, honestly.
Yep.
I mean, if you can get good Archon connections, because remember, they do one-shot every single Baneling and Zergling. If you're able to get good splash, all of a sudden you're in a really fantastic position. It comes down to positioning, and I feel like if HuK does go and attack his opponent, that's a big problem. Infestation Pit is going down. Now all of a sudden we can realize some Swarm Hosts or even some Infestors. Infestors are surprisingly good against Archons.
But he's not going to get that just yet. Right now, HuK's going to put on some serious pressure. How many Banelings are we going to see for Sen? Sen is not all that rich, but he should still be able to get a reasonable amount. HuK throwing away a couple of Zealots over here for free. Has to be careful because he's going to need every single unit. It's all going to come down to the Baneling connections though, and HuK and Sen needs way more Banelings. Okay, this is... Why would you morph them over here? Don't do that, Sen.
No! Okay, Archons go up for... No! The charge! The charge actually messes up so much, and now big recall because all the units were going to die right there if he didn't charge out and just uses Archons to attack. A big misclick.
107 Zerglings right now. Sen playing pure Ling Baneling. HuK knows what is going on right now. He's just like, alright, I'm going to need a crazy amount of Archons. He has to be so careful. He cannot afford to lose these Zealots. He also cannot afford to lose this Nexus. And he shouldn't, though.
It's actually super surprising. Like, those Archons alone can actually take...
We have 5 Archons.
Yeah, they can take this entire army by themselves. It's just the right positioning.
Good position there.
And, target the Banelings!
Wow, these Zerglings are so extremely strong. 2-2 is not even ready yet, but Sen is just going to completely crush HuK's army over here.
There was a complete wall with those, there wasn't a complete wall with those Archons. There was a great surround by the Zerglings, and they were able to clean everything up.
Oh my god, Sen, you're crazy, you. He's able to kill Zealot Archon with pure links and only has 1-1 upgrades as well. Picks up that Nexus, he's going to be able to pick up these Spiners. What a bizarre, but still great game by Sen.
Yeah. I mean,
it's still not really over though, I'd say. I mean, okay, well, actually 82 drones against 51 right now. I would say HuK has one more final push. And we know how it is. If he does everything right in one fight with this army composition, he might just be able to make something happen.
Yeah, and honestly, he can use Force Fields really effectively. He can even start hallucinating some Archons, some Immortals, some Zealots. That actually tanks up a lot because remember, you want your Archons just to be doing a lot of the damage and then your Zealots tanking everything. So there's definitely a lot of capabilities.
Whoa! Sen has to be careful right now. He's throwing away a lot of links and he really doesn't have too many of them. Like he had 40 something links, now only has 20, so he basically lost half his army there. Once more, he's morphing a lot of Banelings. Sen has to be so careful though, because we know what happens if one fight goes really bad. HuK has a lot of production behind this. A lot of gateway units can be morphed in warped in at once. Force fields.
And Time Warp's going to be used over here, but save the sentries, no! And all the sentries basically go down here. The Zealots get cleaned up over on the left-hand side. Complete surround, Banelings waddling just to kill the Zealots. Archons get evaporated immediately. And Sen will take another decisive advantage over here. Has a much better economy. Sticking on Zergling Baneling. Look at this and going all the way up to 3-3 Adrenal Glands. And I'm sure we're going to be seeing Ultras pretty soon here.
A 20-minute pure Ling Bane style out of here by Sen. Absolute madness, but Sen doing this also well. Once more morphing 21 Banelings at once. Man, imagine if these Archons would have spotted it and get 2 really juicy shots off. There is no more Mothership Core, as that one fell as well on the last attack. HuK gonna try to stabilize. If HuK defends his base one time, he's at least gonna survive a little longer. But there are Ultras on the way as well. Whoa, that's a juicy shot.
Yep. So. Oh, that's what we're talking about now. Banelings are going to be taken out from those Archons, but finally they go down.
Like these are the type of fights that HuK needed all along.
Yeah, that's much, much better, but I think it's too late.
He's so far behind by now. Once more, we see a lot of additional Banelings wriggling in. They're going to try to connect with all these probes. And also getting beautiful connections with most of these Zealots. HuK's going to lose the Archon, lose the Zealots, and I'm afraid with that he's going to lose the game, as he doesn't even have a wall of any more. Zerglings will stream in. GG is called. Sen wins.